Transportation Technical Committee calls to order, and we have a quorum. Jen, can you confirm that?
Yes, I am.
And then, although this is the last meeting for the year, but I'm glad to have so many people here and some new. And I would like to take this opportunity to just go around the room to introduce ourselves, if you all don't mind. I'll start with Tessa at the corner.
Hello, everybody. My name's Tessa Ferraro, and I'm a planner with MCRPC.
I'm Dan McGee. I'm from the Illinois Department of Transportation. I'm the federal aid coordinator for the district.
Jerry Stokes, county engineer. I'm Bob Nelson. Ryan Otto, town normal director of public works and engineering.
Mary Cramp, chairman of the planning commission.
Ray Lai, the executive director for the Regional Planning Commission.
Kevin Cothy, director of public works for Bloomington. Craig Schoenpartner, city engineer for Bloomington.
David Brown, general manager of Connect Transit.
Brandon Gaber, the new Metro Planning Manager for Line Office Planning Program.
Jennifer Six, transportation planner for MCRPC.
So, Brandon kind of succeed Tom Caldwell, which all you have seen him at, and we assigned. And so, welcome, Brandon, to help us to navigate the system and be our contact for the MPO to IDOT. But we also so glad we have IDOT reps on the committee to help work with us on different issues. Yeah. So with that, public comment is the next on the agenda. Do we have any?
No one has contacted me. We have received nothing. I see no one in the room who is inarguably a member of the public.
Okay, thank you. Next is for the approval of minutes from the October 22nd meeting.
I have a comment. We did not have a meeting in November, correct?
Correct.
I attended that meeting, this meeting in October.
Okay.
This is my second time in here.
Yeah, and
So meaning the preference, like
so you weren't virtual?
I was here in October.
Okay, okay. I will remove the virtual part.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. You can both. What? We can do both. You can both.
Yeah, that would be an interesting trip. Not sure why it would be worth it. Got it.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments, questions?
Move to approve as amended.
Okay, thank you. Any second?
I'll second.
Okay,
Dan McGee.
Dan, yep, thank you. And any objections? Okay, all those in favor, say aye. Please.
Aye.
Opposed? Minute approved. Next to you can see on the agenda, there are 4 items that for your discussion recommendations that will go to the policy committee, and maybe it's easy to go one by one. Think of grouping them, but I think in this particular situation, number 5 for the amendments,
And
number
Greg,
12.
we just mentioned they're all summarized on this sheet that we received from Bob. So
Okay. Okay.
some of the details.
Yeah. So maybe a good opportunity for Bob, if you don't mind, to kind of explain.
I can go through them.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, then we can go one by one.
Okay, amendment number 12, that's just an adjustment in the price for land acquisition on that project. Then amendments 13 and 15 are split out of, it used to be that the project number was SP 2022 or just SP 2022. But since we have to show interstate, non-interstate, urban, and rural projects, that was split into 4 group categories. So now we're just showing the split into 2 for the MPO, interstate, non-interstate, and it's bridge deck ceiling. And then amendment 14, the railroad engineering was added to that project.
Bob, what does that consist of? The railroad engineering, what does that encompass?
That is just whenever they have to do work over in there. So,
Thank you.
yeah, because of it's structure painting, so.
Did you also talk about 15 amendments?
Yeah, 15 and 13 are included.
Okay,
They were split out.
okay. Questions, comments, anybody? Okay, hearing none, then we can go and vote on this one by one. So item number 5 for amendments 12. Anybody wants to make a motion?
I have a question. So on the sheet, it said I-55B Veterans Parkway for project location. And then on the agenda, it says Route 9.
Okay, what was the question again?
So
Oh, you're right.
the agenda shows Route 9 improvements for the Land Act, but this sheet shows Route 9 for the Land Act. This sheet shows I-55 Veterans Parkway for the Land Act. Do you know which one's correct? Is it?
Yeah, it's the same thing because it's the intersection of Route 9 and Veterans.
Maybe I'll let Matthew
Yeah.
take that first. Did you hear the question?
So this is showing Veterans Parkway, and then it's going from Clearwater to Route 66. And then on here, it's showing Route 9 improvements in land acquisition.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it should be the veterans.
Okay, well, correct.
So SP 2022-2 is a new project, and the rest are just modifications. You'll be correct.
That's my understanding that basically this is carved out of a pre-existing project.
Okay.
Sorry, Bob. Carved out of a pre-existing project. There's painting, the bridge painting and decking things in order to account for the split between the interstate portions and the non-interstate portions.
Yeah, it's the same contractor it was before, but now they're asking us to separate non-interstate, interstate, and rural and urban. So it's like the project it shows in our system like 4 projects, but it's one project.
Okay, thank you.
And I think that on amendment 12, thank you. Bob, I think your email mentioned Route 9, and then the idea is that it's somewhere in the neighborhood of the intersection where there's already a study going forward. Is that correct? Doesn't matter at this point on. But the Veterans Parkway land acquisition, I got Route 9 out of your email, not out of this. And I think my assumption was that it was actually at or near that intersection. But you tell me. And if it's veterans, that's fine. We think we've already covered it. I just want to be sure.
Because they judging by the limits, it looks like it's north of Route 9. I mean, where Clearwater's at.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So,
All right. I rest my concern.
Okay, any other questions, discussions?
Bob, do you know what they mean by Old Route 66?
Yeah, I was asking that.
I see.
Ryan, isn't there a chunk of, oh gosh, I'm losing my mind here. Up in Normal, there's a section of one of the feeder streets off of what is now Veterans Parkway that used to be called Old 66.
It was just, I was thinking it could be Fort Jesse or it could
That's-
be, the overpass. Wasn't sure.
I think I was thinking of Fort Jesse because that's getting realigned a little bit. There's that section of that sort of runs toward the railroad. It's not Fort Jesse now.
Yeah, Ryan, you might want to repeat your question for Bob.
If it make it easier. Okay. Since this is a state only
Mhm.
and it's land acquisition, it's not going out for bid right now. When I get back to the office, I can nail down these
That would be
limits. And then we can amend it the next time we meet.
Old Route 66 around here has a flexible meaning. There are a lot, because 66 has changed so much over the decades.
Right.
Every now and then you come across something that's announced that it's Old Route 66.
Right.
Maybe it's not true or not.
The tech that puts the limits in there, he's probably just looking at the map.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
All right. So-
Jennifer,
Yeah,
yeah, this is Tom Caldwell. As Bob says, given it's a state only and land acquisition, this isn't going to be going along to FHWA anyway. So, it's nothing to get real nervous about, but the federal funded projects are the ones that have to be precise as to what will be advertised. So that's okay.
thank you, Tom.
Yep.
So should we go ahead or we can table it till next month?
Yeah, we can withdraw that one and then I'll get back with you, Jennifer.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, if you want to go with it as it stands and then we'll clarify it later or amend it later, that's fine too, whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bob, I keep forgetting. Just try not to breathe on anyone. We can go ahead with it as it stands and then clarify it or amend it next time, or we can just hold it until the
What-
subsequent meeting.
Whatever you guys are comfortable with.
Is there time sensitivity on
No,
this?
no.
No. Why don't we just for the record, maybe push to next meeting?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay, want to do that.
Do we need to actually have a motion to do that?
Yeah, then I'll take a motion to table
Okay.
this.
I propose us drop in amendment number 12 or postponing amendment number 12 at this time.
Okay,
Okay, any second? Okay, right. Second, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay, item number 6 on the agenda for amendment 13, as Bob explained to us earlier. Are there any further questions, comments? Okay,
Now, Jennifer, whenever you publish this,
Mhm.
it might be, I don't know if you want to put SB 2022 and then have 1 and 2 right together. So
Yeah,
people
so-
understand it's the same.
so
project.
maybe, just to try and clarify things, we're gonna keep Amendment 12, we're gonna keep that slot open for action next month. And we can, if everyone agrees, switch items 7 and 8 so that 13 and 15 would become 13 and 14 would follow up at the end as 15. Sorry for the confusion. I wondered about that too, but I didn't have a chance to ask you about it. Does that help at all? I'm not sure it makes that much difference, but it's whatever the group wants. It's up to you guys.
Just make it easier to follow.
Okay. Anyone want to sort of do something procedurally so that we can rearrange the numbers?
So I make a motion to switch 14 and 15 numbers.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'll second that.
Actually, Jerry beat you to it just so slightly.
okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Yeah, so we'll do the switch.
All right.
Thank you. So going back to, but we still have to vote on amendment 13 though.
Correct.
So let's do that.
I'll make a motion to approve amendment 13.
Okay, Jerry, motion second, Jenny, Greg. All those in favor say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, seeing none. So Amendment 13 has been approved. Moving on to item 7 on the agenda for Amendment 14th. I'll take a motion.
I move to approve amendment 14, which is state project SP 2022-1.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay. Dan, second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, that's been approved. Going down to item number 8, for amendment number 15. Any further questions? We're taking motion. Okay, I entertain motion. Jerry, a motion for approval, I assume. Second.
I'll second.
Okay, Dan, second, and all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Seeing none, that has been approved for amendment 15th. And so we'll, for the next meeting, we'll do the extension.
Yes.
For advertisements. Okay, before we move on, anything regarding these 4 items that we need to discuss? All right. Item number 9, that which may arise. Anybody have things that they want to raise, including people joining us online? I see Tom Caldwell and James Kai from and then Katie. Anybody else? So any items?
This is James here from FHWA. Just want to congratulate the MPO here and the city of Bloomington and the region for your RAISE grant award for veterans for the veterans planning study. So just wanted to highlight that and say congratulations for the Veterans Parkway Corridor Plan. So I think it was awarded $100,000. So didn't know if y'all knew that yet, and hopefully I didn't spill the beans, but if it's too late now, right? So, but those are competitive grants, and those are not easy to get. So just wanted to say congratulations for that study coming up. Number 2, and I will be in contact with Jennifer and Ray, but I just wanted to let you know that the planning review will be around spring or summer of next year, and I'll coordinate with IDOT as well on particular dates that may work. I have a couple of these that I will need to be doing between here and Decatur, but just wanted to let you know that I'll be coordinating dates so that we can set up accordingly. So just had those 2 announcements, and since most of y'all will be on the call, I may not have to make it again for the policy. But if you think I do, then I can still do this. If there'll be new people, I can reaffirm these announcements again. But anybody have any questions or concerns? Or if not, I'll pass them along to JD, who's no longer here. But anyway, Tom is perfectly able to answer all questions. So you can submit those to Tom for me. So.
Yeah, thank you, James, and thanks, Tom, in advance. Yeah, we really fortunate on the RAISE grant that we are one of 27 planning grantees in the whole country who got this, and we're the only one in the state of Illinois. And we just participated yesterday afternoon. There was a webinar for all the grantees. There are 90 grantees for both the capital projects and the planning projects. And so we're fortunate, and thank you, James, for FHWA support, and IDOT definitely, because without FHWA and IDOT's contributions and commitments, and we probably won't get this, to be honest. And we also have a lot of local partners who are willing to participate, including Connect Transit, the city, the town, financial, serving as local matches, for the grant. So we are just so proud that we all work together to put that application together and got recognized. Not for the work, but then the importance of Veterans Parkway to be reinvented. And I mean, hate to point you out. I mean, Bob has reminded us a number of times just how important it is to make it safer for people in the community. And so we will work hard. We'll work closely with FHWA. We got a project manager assigned in Springfield, but from the FHWA office, and so we'll be working with her. But the next step is for the agreement between the Office of Secretary of Transportation, federal headquarters. So we'll be waiting for the agreement templates to come from them through FHWA, I'm sure. And then work on the details, but it will be a few months when that happens. So, but again, appreciate all the support from FHWA and IDOT and the Regional Planning Commission, of course. And so we'll work hard and to really improve this really important roadway for the region.
Well, again, kudos to y'all for putting in a very good competitive application, and all stakeholders there and the partners that will be involved in this. And I know the public in general will get a great product. And and I just know this because Jennifer's going to make sure of it. So, so just wanted to say kudos to again. And if our office can help you in any way, just please don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll do what we can to coordinate with headquarters and the secretary's office or whatever on that program level. So again, if you have any questions, pass them along, and I will do my best to address whatever. So appreciate, and again, I look forward to working with y'all in the new year. So
yeah, sounds great, James. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I heard that from yesterday's webinar. There were over 700 applications from all around the country to compete for the race grant. So yeah, I mean, I think just the fact that we all work together on a regular basis, I think that helps. I mean, a lot of input and history about Veterans Parkway that you all share with us, and when we work over the 4th of July weekend to put this together. So I'm glad that we got this far. Yeah.
And I want to mention too that part of our success in this, and the reason why the actual grant is $100,000, is that Ray worked for weeks to put together a local support package, and with IDOT, so that we had the total project cost was what $675,000.
Yes.
So this is a local endeavor, by and large, with a lot of help from IDOT. I don't think we would necessarily have been selected without that advantage, and Ray spent a lot of time on the phone making it happen.
Begging for money.
And it worked.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's really just the generosity, from Connect Transit to the city, town, IDOT. I mean, IDOT's willing to really put in a lot. I mean, really the major in terms of financing this project one-to-one. So that's really unheard of, from my end. But I think it's great. We'll keep working with IDOT and then FHWA. This will actually, because I was involved in Tiger II grant, managing one of my previous jobs, and through this project, I'm envisioning for the Bloomington, Normal, McLean County area, we to bring us to the national level to get a lot of exposure. This could be a pilot project for many other communities, even in the States, that has something like a roadway, like our Veterans Parkway, but they may call something different, but it's like a similar type situation. Then hopefully something we can learn through this planning process, which will take 2 or 3 years, to be honest. and we'll have a consulting team to work on this. But then eventually, I think it's the regional effort that will to show, to the rest of the state, if not the country. So we'll keep on it, or we'll keep working with you all on this project. Okay, anything else? Yeah.
I just wanted to mention, we did send out the planning marks for fiscal year 23, at the end of last month. We did estimate for new funds coming in through the bipartisan infrastructure law, as it's now called. So there is quite a bit of a bump in planning fund available for the area for urban planning studies. FHWA released their first 2022 apportionment data just the other day, and our estimates are looking fairly good. So you should expect hopefully something similar to that for the next 5 years for the length of the bill. But it's big chunk of money. I just recommend to start planning early on how you're gonna gather support and get projects together to use as much of it as you can. The first draft budget is due by Valentine's Day, I believe. I know we spoke at length yesterday at our MPL meeting of ways to try to generate the use of these funds, but something I wanted to highlight and something you guys are already doing here is the new federal bill puts a lot of money in discretionary programs, a lot of additional money in formula funds, but those planning studies really matter when it comes to applying for those federal funds. So if you can't hire someone or use it internally, start working with partners to find ways to start doing local planning studies, because that's really going to be crucial as discretionary gets increased.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, thanks for the updates, Brandon. That's really exciting for us to have. I think we're anticipating about $75,000 to $80,000 for next year. You all will be involving in that UWP process soon, and beginning of next year. But we thought it's great. Usually is we have to watch out. Okay, the budget, how much money coming in? What can we do with that? And so it's always helpful to have some additional money that we don't have to worry about, like deficits and cutback and things like that, and try to do good work for the community. So we'll probably get to it more when we contemplate for the next fiscal year the budget for the UWP, the Unified Work Program, and so we'll just see what the additional funding and what the needs are in terms of personnel or programs, projects that we should utilize or leverage. We thought that's a great news for us. Yeah, but thanks for the update, Brandon. Anybody else have anything? Good news, bad news to share. All right. The next item is for the next scheduled meeting, January 21st, 2022, in 10:30, this room, and we will. Once we have the agenda, or any other items, we'll notify you for that. And then the next on the item is for adjournment. Before I do that, I know many of you probably will stay or come back for the 11 o'clock policy committee, and a lot of the actionable items are the items on the agenda that you just voted for approval. You can stay or come back, take a break or whatever.
It's almost 11.
Yeah, almost. Okay, just take a breath. Yeah. So we'll adjourn this meeting first. So I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So,
Okay.
second.
David and Dan. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? All right. So we have 1 minute on the